Hi, Pep.
Hi, Jim.
Hi. Could you give us an update on Vincent Kompany and also Ederson, please?
Ederson is here, Vincent in Manchester. It's much better. Bill is much, yeah, Company is much better. I think in the, I don't know when, but I think he's coming back soon. And Ederson is here with the protection. Today make the training session. We will see tomorrow. He's there to play. I have to speak with him.
What does that say about Ederson as a character, as a person, that he's so willing to come back after what is a pretty horrible injury?
But I think all the players, John is here, and all of them, they have in the professional level, in the high level, all of them has an amazing character to play. When they cannot play, is because for decision the manager, or because really they cannot play. But when they are fit, of course, all of them they want to play.
No great concerns over Vincent, though? No great concerns over Vincent and his calf, that it could be longer than thought?
Well, we're taking him, and we will see in the next weeks. But I think hopefully we'll be soon come back and fight with his teammates to play.
Just at the back there, please.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Yaya Toure didn't travel with the squad and he hasn't played a minute this season. Is there any specific reason for that?
Yeah, I spoke with him and he knows the reason why. But it's between him and me.
In these cases, you normally say it depends on what you see on the training pitch. Is that something that comes into it?
No. It's just a sportive decision. And Yaya was so important last season. So it was six players finished contract last season. The only one who stayed is Yaya, because he's a special player. But the decision is he didn't play the last game, and today he was not in the squad. He knows the reason why.
Do you expect him to play soon?
Hopefully, it depends on him.
But you're happy with him?
Always, yeah. All of them are happy. But of course, I demand as much as possible, and I want more, not just from Yaya. I want more for everyone.
Just over this side. Hi, Pep. Do you think you've got a squad this season that's capable of challenging for this Champions League title?
Tomorrow we play our first game for the group stage. It's a dream to be here again in a club like Manchester City. We fought a lot to qualify to be there because the gap was so close between us, between Arsenal, between Liverpool and Manchester United. So, and we fought a lot to be here. We start our road, and it depends of our level. I know how complicated last season we were not able to win one game away. I know from my experience, even in Barcelona and Bayern Munich, how difficult we qualify always for the next steps, semi-finals, quarterfinals, but always away was so tough. It doesn't matter where we play, in the famous teams or lower teams, and we will see. So hopefully they can give our players credit and to be here, to enjoy and suffer that competition. And we are starting Rotterdam against Feyenoord, in a country where appreciate and love football, and we will try to do our best.
But it's important to believe in yourselves that you're capable of doing it, right?
Yeah, but not in the dreaming. So when you are, from my experience, when you are in that position, it's better to be calm and to be calm and say, to play good, and you were able to qualify for 80 finals. When you arrive in the last stages, and after you say, wow, the dream is there, it's close. Now it's still far away.
Vinny.
Pep, just back to Vincent. I just wonder, given his injury record that he's had at the club as well, in your mind, is there any doubt over his long-term future with the club?
No. He has contract, depends on him. So.
But with him, if this injury record is to continue and him being unavailable to you, that would obviously leave you with a decision to make.
Vincent before I came, was 2 years injured. He arrived in the last part of the season because he suffered in the first 4 or 5 months, suffered injuries from the past. But after, when we discovered what he had, he made a good rehabilitation, and he played the last 7, 8 games. he play regularly. The season making a pre-season apart, and in terms of physical to take care of his problem. But it was unfortunately he was injured in Gibraltar in national team, and he's not there. So, like all of them, not just Vincent, when all of the other guys is held them, we have an amazing staff in the team, the physios and the doctors, and we're going to fight. The important thing is to avoid them. So we fight every day to avoid the injury. One moment is injured, we miss. So, and we try the players, the first ones, and after all the people who is involved, to avoid the injuries and to be fit.
And John, I know the boss has been asked this as well, but I just wonder what you guys make as well of Ederson's attitude, the fact that he wants to play despite that facial injury he suffered at the weekend.
Yeah, he's got on with it straight away. Really, after the games in the changing room, speaking to the boys as if nothing had happened, which is, you know, it shows what character he's got, and I think he just wants to be around the team, wants to be around the boys, and be in that environment. I've personally not tried to ask him too much about it because I know that everyone will be, but his face is obviously, everyone's seen the stitches, the swelling, and he's got on with it. Put a scrum cap on and been training today.
What then, as players, do you make of the debate as to whether it should have been a red card or not?
Sorry, say that again.
What do you make of the debate that there's been since then, as a player, with regard to whether it should have been a red card or not?
I think it's been blown out with people's opinions, you know, saying that some have said obviously not, but I think if from my opinion, when I seen him on the floor and so obviously the cut was bleeding heavily, I think it was the correct decision to show him a red card. Obviously, I said just previously that he didn't intentionally mean to do it, but he's caught him and in the head, which is, you know, at force as well. So, you know, I think the referee made the correct decision.
And for yourself, John, just wonder how you assess the competition you've got this season for not only a starting place with Manchester City, but also for England as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to keep fighting and keep working hard in training under Pep, under all the players, because there's strong competition for places, and you know everyone wants to play, and obviously I've got to play and then play well to keep my spot, and then take that into the England camp as well.
Just in the corner here, please.
Pep, after such a bad injury, Peter Cech he got caught in the head. I know he had a fracture, but he said it was difficult for him to actually go back on the pitch and play again and come out for a ball. Is there any danger of the similar thing happening with Ederson?
I could understand that feeling if he felt he can feel that, yeah, because it's a risk. But today we make a track training session, John, and make 2 or 3 long balls, and was there.
Yeah.
And so, of course can happen, but we will see.
Ian, the back there. Just 1 second.
Thanks very much. Pep, before you started the last campaign in Europe, you said that the English clubs could not use the amount of workload in England as an excuse for not going far in the tournament. You said this could be no excuse. Do you still stand by that 1 year on?
I'm talking for myself, so I cannot speak about the other 4 teams in the English teams in the Champions League. So I said, so it doesn't matter what they say. So all these kind of teams, don't want to have in our shoulders, in my shoulder, what I feel. Of course, if we don't win or we don't make a good performance, will be a miss, will be a fail. So I know that. So I learned that from the beginning. I have to accept that. I can handle that, and hopefully the players can understand we are able to compete wherever we want. If after that we are not able to do that, so.
But that won't be to do with workload back in England compared with workload domestically in Spain, Germany, etc.
So I said many times, so since 2007, like Spain won the European Cup with the national team, if you see the amount, the huge titles they won, not just in terms of first team in the local teams, Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, Atletico, Valencia, even under 21 and 18, you cannot imagine how many titles they won. So I think the English teams are a step back, respect in that, for the titles show that in the way they play, in the self-confidence they play. I think that Gabi was so important to win in 2007-8 for that generation, the amazing players like Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, Sergio Ramos, Piqué. They were able, so okay, we can compete like against Italy, England, Germany, and whatever, Brazil, Argentina, and all the clubs, and they realized that. So I think that the step for the English teams, I think in the local teams, the national team, is to do that, to win one or to be close there. Said, okay, wow, we are there, and I think from my point of view, when I see the English teams, they are able, all of them, they are able to compete in Europe, face to face, against the teams, the best teams in Spain, in Italy, and in Germany. But what is when I believe, another when happen on the pitch, and we have to show that. We have to show because in Champions League is so demanding. It's so the teams are so physical. The best performance is always in the Champions League, and if you are not in our top level, we cannot compete.
Thank you. Just over, please.
Yeah, best television. Is it an easy start for City against Feyenoord tomorrow, start of the Champions League?
Why should be?
Because it's a big club, brilliant players.
But I think Feyenoord, you see the European titles, they have more than Manchester City. But the history counts.
Is it true?
Definitely. You go to
At this
Bernabeu.
moment, it's a very rich club. Brilliant players, what I say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We cannot deny that. In English teams, there are more money. They spend more money. They have more money. But so, I'm sorry. I have a lot of respect. I grew up for the Holland culture about the way they play. I was a lucky guy to be a football player like my idol Johan Cruyff, and after with Louis van Gaal, and it was with a lot of Holland players in my team. So I know exactly the way they play. Ronald Koeman and Frank de Boer, Ronald de Boer, and Patrick Kluivert, many Holland players. And know how good they play. I know the quality on Holland football. It doesn't matter.
Don't you think this is another level? A lower level now for final players and what the players play today?
We will see tomorrow. If you are expecting I'm going to say we are better than Feyenoord, like we are so, that I'm not going to say that. So I have a lot of respect about all the opponents I face in my career, like a football player, like a manager. I have a lot of respect with tradition, with the clubs. I made a lot for the football, like Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, the other teams. And I know the atmosphere here in that stadium. I know for the first time after 15 or 16 years, Feyenoord won the title. I know for them how important it is for everybody to play the Champions League, and I know how difficult it is, because maybe you don't know, like a journalist, how difficult it is to go to play away. It doesn't matter where, and win that. So in sport, what we supposed before, it's absolutely nothing. It doesn't count. It's tomorrow 8:45. The referee said, "Okay, guys, start to play, and we're going to see who is better."
When are you satisfied?
Sorry?
When are you satisfied?
When the team play good. Because normally when that's happen, you win. You're right.
You obviously made a lot of changes in the summer, and you managed to bring the age of your team down. There's a lot more youth and a lot more energy about it now, and a lot of players have obviously had a year working with you. Do you feel a lot better equipped to attack this Champions League campaign? And do you also see a lot of room for growth in your side, given the age of the team?
I'm so happy what the club has done, but I was so happy last season when what the club has done with John Cam, with the players who was there. So I think last season we make a good thing. It was not enough to compete with the titles, but it was thing in every club, even Feyenoord, all the clubs. At the end of the season, they try to make sales and buy new players to improve. Of course, I am so satisfied of that, but I don't know right now. I don't know we are able. Believe me, I don't know right now if we are able to compete to win the titles. I don't know, because we are still in the process to grow up. Of course, we are so happy with the players we have, and I think with perspective, what they can imagine, okay, we can do good, we can do better than last season, but seriously, I don't know. And we will see. We will see what happens.
You do have the luxury as a coach, though, that you've got the barometer, the measure of having got to the latter stages of the competition with Barcelona and Bayern Munich. You know what it takes. You know what level your players need to be at. Can you not can you not see signs with your players?
No, I would like to say what my feeling against Barcelona, Bayern Munich, or now Manchester City. All the three teams I was. So the quality, the big quality of them, it's all of them. So I cannot say. So I have all respect in Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man City. The quality is there. The only difference in Barcelona and Bayern Munich, the players they played the Champions League. The moment they're going to play, they played many more times before than the players in Manchester City right now. So that is the only difference between them. So of course, especially in Barcelona, they have a special player, like in Munich and they have. But the squad and all the three, they are good. Believe me, they are good. I have a lot of respect of that guys. The only difference, John playing the Champions League. How many times, John?
10 maybe.
10 maybe.
Yeah.
So the players Barcelona and Bayern Munich was in the past more than 180. So we played Busquets or Xavi before, Messi or Müller, or Philipp Lahm, Xavi Alonso. They played 70, 80 times. That is the difference. But I'm not going to say that John is not has the level like Gerard Piqué, for example, or Jerome Boateng, or the other guys. No, he has a special quality. He's a top player. You know, he will be here. But in comparing the past, they live that situation much more. That is the only thing. And that's why I cannot assure if we will be able to get it at the step. Of course, we're going to fight to be there like we was last season, but we're going to see if we are able.
Jamie.
Good evening, Pep. You just said just in your last answer that you're still in the process of growing up. You know, so at what point does that process become, you know, ended? So you mature. Will it be this season? Is it next season?
No, still we can improve. Every game is a chance to play better. For example, against 11 against Liverpool, the game was equal. Our plan and idea, it was not what I dreamed. So our build-up was, but not we found what I expect. So and after that we scored a goals for the typical English up downs ball that did amazing pass from Kevin, from Dino, but it was equal. So we are in a process to know and to get in better.
But given your high experience, could it be a moment that could happen? You know, you're waiting for it to happen maybe this week, you know, next month. Could it happen this season? That moment you think, yes, now this team. Obviously, you can always improve, but now this team knows. You know, something's clicked.
Yeah, I can feel that. And one day I said, okay, we got it. Right. But in football, the day after, we lost it.
But with Barcelona and Bayern Munich, you didn't lose it, did you? Once you got it, you know, you stayed, didn't you? So isn't that the idea here?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to finish my period here to say, okay, we achieved that with that guys and that level, to be there and to be solid and to feel that wherever it matters, so we are a solid team. Yeah, that is the reason why we're here.
Hello, John. A lot of players say there's a big difference between the Premier League and the Champions League, especially English players. I mean, you've got one season under your belt now. What kind of differences have you found?
In the Champions League?
Yeah.
Obviously, the quality of the opposition. I've been in England, you know, all my career in the Premier League, a few seasons, playing in English teams that you know, and you get that excitement factor of going abroad and playing big teams that you watch for years, like Barcelona, and then they came to the Etihad last season and we beat them. That's one of the best games that I've played in. So those experiences I can hopefully bring into this campaign and obviously better ourselves than last season as well.
Just Danny, please.
Pep, Gio played for Barcelona. You probably saw some of his games with Feyenoord. Can you see the passing man, the man who loves football, that he brought his on to Feyenoord?
Yeah, definitely. So Giovanni So with a fantastic left back with the quality. Of course, he played in the Premier League with Arsenal, but he has a quality with the left foot in Barcelona. More than he showed that exceptional manager is a exceptional human being. All the players and guys was in Barcelona with him talking nice things about him. I'm so happy for his success, and was to be a good battle tomorrow to face him. And of course, so I saw many games from Feyenoord in that season, a little bit the last season, and I know it's a typical Holland team. So everybody in the position, wide with the wingers, play third man, set the ball, arrive with the attacking midfielders inside, good build up, and of course here in Rotterdam, Feyenoord, the atmosphere and everything is a plus. So I know so the national team Holland players prefer to play here than, for example, in Amsterdam. So I know that. So because when I was in Barcelona with a lot of millions Holland players playing with him, always talking about Feyenoord Stadium. Ronald Koeman was manager here and told me the atmosphere here is incomparable for the other places. So that's why it's special for us to see here, to play in a country where the football is so special in the way they play. It doesn't matter now in the national team. The last years it's not going well. It doesn't. So sometimes happen in some periods, but the respect for the way they play here. I am a big fan for Holland football and the way they play all the career. A lot of things they show us. I grew up, with 14, 15 years old with that process, the positional game. So that's why for me it's a pleasure always to come here to be here. I came here for the pre-season, so with Johan, he just run in the forest, and sometimes to play football.
Okay, last few questions then. We just have one just here.
Hello, Pep from Sports. Who is, in your opinion, the best player of Feyenoord at this moment?
I don't know. Jorgensen is a top striker. They play a lot with him to set the ball. Of course, El Ahmadi is a quality with the jam. He's a guy who thinks more. Bilena is a good player. Always the wingers here in Holland, they have quality 1 against 1, and they are a good. They are a real good team.
Just here and then here.
Last year we saw Manchester United and they spared a couple of players, gave some rest. Are you planning to do that as well with your team tomorrow, or will you go with your top squad?
I think it was so clear how I respect the Feyenoord, like your colleague before. So I will try to do our best team on the pitch. So we are Manchester City. In Manchester City, we have to win our respect in Europe, and every game for us is an opportunity to win that respect, is play the best. So I have a lot of respect of Feyenoord. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't believe too much with your teams, but I believe a lot. So, sorry.
Hello, my name is William. I'm from Holland.
Hi, William.
Hi. What is the most difficult thing to do in England by adaptation to the English way of playing? When you compare it to Barcelona and Bayern Munich, where they play all the balls over the ground, and now you have to play more with...
He's not English guy. He made the same question. He can come to join us in our press conference.
Yeah, I know, but I know...
No, maybe I answered 50 times that question since I arrived in England. So.
But I'm not in England all the time, so I ask you... Now I have the opportunity to ask you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I would say it's quite similar. Of course, every country has he in Holland play, build up, third man. We spoke about that. There is more long balls, attack to the channel. It's big guys, the set pieces, the counter-attack. So every country in Spain is more the process, more a slow game. In the right moment, made the speed for the last meters. So every country has have to adapt, but at the end it's the same. It's 11 against 11. The pitch, the score is the same. One referee, one for assistant, crowd, supporters. The weather is a little bit worse than the other places.
Especially tomorrow.
But the other,
Tomorrow there will be storm.
A storm.
Tomorrow there will be storm.
Yeah, good.
Is it
We are
good?
going to cancel because in Holland when is fire. No, no. Maybe you cancel. He's not allowed to play here in Holland when the storm and is lightning. So maybe it's a storm. Maybe we're going to cancel the game.
Thank you.
About the storm, we're not a problem. We are used to that. No, John?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.